What is up, guys? Do not even try, and today we are building the 1/35 scale Citroën traction 11 chevaux from Tamiya. This is a really good kit. It is my second time actually building a car. My first time was a Willys Jeep. Um, I will not be painting this vehicle as it is instructed in the kit, and I will go with a custom paint scheme of a free French Citroën 11 chevaux, so a French resistance car. So what you will first do is start assembling the lower part of the car. So the entire lower part comes in approximately one piece, one big piece with some sub-assemblies going on it, and there's some flash and some seam lines that you need to clean up, so I first do that. Once this is done, you assemble the front axle and suspensions. This went together really nicely, and the fit on this kit, as usual with Tamiya, is absolutely brilliant. You then assemble the wheels, which comes in multiple parts with a polycap in it, allowing the wheels to move freely. However, since my car will be glued to a base, this wasn't necessary for me. Here I am building the front of the car. This went together really nicely, which is nothing surprising coming from Tamiya, really. After finishing the front, I start working on the rear part of the vehicle, which comes in a single piece actually. And you just have to clean up some molding things, and yeah, this went together really nicely. Tamiya, the new Tamiya moldings are they're just excellent. There's absolutely nothing to say about them. I then put on the spare wheel on the back of the car. Then the front doors are cut away from the sprue and cleaned up. And I then attach all the external pieces that are going to be painted black on the painting wheel. This will allow me to paint everything quickly and without having to touch any of the pieces to move them around and get into every nook and crannies of the vehicle. Time to throw some paint on. The vehicle is painted with a gloss black. I will put a picture of the vehicle I'm basing myself on right now. And yeah, the vehicle is basically painted gloss black all over the vehicle. I am now applying Tamiya Clear over all the parts. The problem with the Tamiya gloss paints is that when you touch them, you can easily leave some fingerprints on them. So a coat of varnish will help avoid to do so. I then spray the lower part with a semi-gloss varnish, as instructed in the kit. I then start assembling the inside of the vehicle. As you can see there, I have sprayed the excess black paint I had in my airbrush at the time on the inside, just to create some sort of pre-shading, I guess. And yeah, the inside is extremely simple. You have your dashboard, a wheel, and 2 rows of seats. It's that simple, and it goes together really nicely. I then paint the inside in wooden deck tan. I then dirty up the seats with the Tamiya panel wash brown. After the interior was done, I assemble the pieces of the top of the car on the lower part. As you can see here, I have already painted the FFI markings on it. I did not record the process of doing them because I needed to be extremely close to the to the model to paint them correctly, but it really was kind of easy. You just take a small paintbrush and some white paint, in this case oil paints, and basically just brush the letters on and the logos on. Because at the time they were brush painted on the vehicle, so being neat and everything was not a priority. Here I am making the base for the car. So what I did is extremely simple. I simply cut a piece of wood into a rectangular shape of a bit larger of the size of the car, and basically brush paint the Lorraine cross, which is the logo for the French Resistance, onto it, which gave a really nice look. Also, as you can see here, I've burnt the wood a bit to give some contrast on it, and it is actually a really nice smell. I then glued the windows to the car. This went together again really flawlessly. You know, you cannot go wrong with Tamiya is what I'm saying. Also, as you can see here, I am gluing the clear pieces with some Tamiya extra thin glue, and I found out that extra thin doesn't actually fog your clear parts, unlike super glue or normal poly cement. Extra thin just glues them on. So that's a good tip if you want to avoid white glue for your next models. I then paint the inside of the front doors with the same wooden deck tan I used for the seats. And I then glue on the rear bumper. I am now painting the wheels. So what I do is paint the rubber part with a flat black, and as you can see there, I wanted to originally paint the inside of the rim silver, but what I saw with the pictures I found on the internet is that most of them had a greenish yellow center wheel, so I decided to go with this instead. The paint was mixed at a ratio of about 50-50 of Tamiya matte yellow and Tamiya matte green yellow. The decals are then applied on the vehicle. There's a plate in the front and a decal in the back. The wheels are then added to the car. Then, using the Tamiya Weathering Expert kit that I've got from my M3 Half-Track, I basically brushed some light brown on the wheels. The lightest brown I could get, so like even a sandy color. And it gave a really nice powdery effect. Then, after hours of hard work, I simply glue the car on the base with some super glue. I am now in the final phase of the construction. So as you can see there, I'm painting the small knob on the spare wheel on the back of the vehicle with a chrome silver color. I paint the small knob on the center of the wheels too, and then paint the handles on the engine doors. And then after painting the grills on the radiator, the model was completed.